What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about the Hunter F6 10.0 British fighter, and I'm not talking about it really because I enjoy the Hunter that much. In fact, I think the Hunter's kind of boring to play, but this Hunter in particular gets 4 SRAM missiles, and SRAMs are fun as hell to play. You know it, I know it, everyone knows it. It's just not fun being on the receiving end of the SRAM. That's not going to be the case in today's video, thankfully. I am going to be destroying an entire game with the SRAMs, and the SRAMs kind of going to be the topic of the video, though I'm going to talk about the Hunter a little bit. Now, the first thing to note with the Hunter F6 is that it does not get much fuel at all. In fact, I think it can only take like 12 minutes of fuel or something like that, which is roughly about 20 minutes, 25 minutes of fuel if you're using a plane with Afterburner. I'm using that as a comparison because the Hunter is going to fight planes with Afterburners quite often, being at 10.0. It does get the occasional down tier, which I am going to get I think it's kind of a down tier this game. It's either 10.0 or 10.3 top battle rating match, but regardless, you're going to be fighting Phantoms, you're going to be fighting the BIS, stuff like that. So you have pretty comparable fuel to your competition, though you'd expect a little more for a plane that isn't using an afterburner like the Hunter. Now, I did say that I found this plane a little bit boring to fly, and it's not exactly my favorite, but in certain situations, especially when you find yourself in a game like this, the Hunter is an absolute blast to fly, and it can be one of my favorite jets in the game. It's just it oftentimes isn't, and I'll touch on that a bit more in a second. The only reason an aircraft like the Hunter, having no afterburner and fighting top tier, sees any success at all is because of the armament. 4 SRAMs is absolutely nothing to joke about. SRAMs are without a doubt the best missile in the game, hands down. I think it's the only missile in War Thunder currently that should only be fighting 10.7 or higher. I say higher because I really want Gaijin to add 11.3 battle rating in the game. I think that'd help with a lot of problems. One of those problems being Harriers and Hunters. These aircraft are kind of at a tough spot right now because since the Harriers moved up to 10.0, there is not a single match at any battle rating where I'd rather be in a Harrier than I would be a Hunter. Now that they're the same battle rating, I am going to pick the Hunter 10 times out of 10 because neither planes are going to be particularly fast when they're up tiered, but when they're not up tiered, they're still fast enough to outrun just about everything that doesn't have an afterburner. Granted, yeah, the Harrier can climb better and all that stuff, but you're going to see how much more maneuverable the Hunter is, and I'm going to be doing some things in the Hunter that the Harrier could never dream of. And one of those big things that is actually going to save my life in this video is turn fighting a MiG-21. Yeah, I said turn fighting a MiG-21. You're just going to have to wait and see what I'm talking about. Now, I'm not trying to trash on the Harrier and say it's absolutely useless anymore because it's not. You can still see great success in the Harrier, same as the Hunter. The only problem I have with it is that at top tier, a lot of planes have flares, meaning SRAMs are pretty much always going to miss as long as the target you're shooting at sees you've launched a missile. All they've got to do is flare, and SRAMs are going to go for the flares 9 times out of 10. They're very easy to fool, they have a very large seeker head, and they will pick up just about any IR signature they find. But at the same time, if you go into a down tier like this where they don't have any flares, it's 4 free kills as long as you position yourself right. And you can still get kills in top tier with the Harrier and the Hunter, don't get me wrong, but it's all about positioning at that point because you can't dodge any of the missiles fired at you pretty much at top tier battle rating. The R60, there's almost no dodging. At the AIM-9J, there's almost no dodging. At the Magic, there's especially no dodging. Unless you're going really low speeds and you pull some weird ass turn, you can pretty much kiss your ass goodbye because neither the Hunter or the Harrier can turn worth a damn. So you really want to just make sure you're positioned behind the enemies at all times, or if you see someone slotting onto your 6, you pretty much have to turn into them to make sure that they don't stay on your 6. So it's kind of difficult to learn, but you can see here in this game I am absolutely slaughtering people right now with these SRAMs. They have no chance at all, and I am in a 10.3 I think, so I see MiG-21 PFMs and stuff like that. Mostly been fighting MiG-17s, and the MiG-17 is going to be your biggest problem in the Hunter because it is actually faster than you, at least the MiG-17 AS. and it can turn better than you, it can maneuver better than you in every single way, really. The only real benefit or advantage rather you have over the MiG-17 is your high-end acceleration. So yeah, the MiG-17 is going to be faster than you, but you're going to get up to your top speed much faster than the MiG-17 will, so you can usually still keep your distance. Now, I mentioned earlier that I was turn fighting a MiG-21 and it saves my life. I think that's coming up here in a second. I'm going to break that down, but you can see I'm just kind of zooming in and out of combat in the Hunter right now because you don't want to turn in general. It's not the best idea in the Hunter. You want to stay fast, you want to zoom in and out of combat, you want to pick off the slow targets. I don't know if I crit this guy's wing or if someone else crit his wing. I know I got hits on him earlier. I didn't pay attention to whether or not I was the one that took his wing off or not. Regardless, I chase him down because I got hits on him earlier, and he's flying all jinky and weird, and I get frustrated and just spray until he gets on fire right there. I really wanted that kill, and he was kind of pissing me off, so I held down the trigger. So what? What I strongly dislike about the SRM is the fact that it's on planes with not particularly good performance like the Harrier and the Hunter. These planes are very immaneuverable, and they're very easy to kill, but at the same time they have extremely good killing potential because of the SRM. I don't think that's a fair way to balance a plane. I don't think you should give it really good weaponry because its performance is lacking. I feel like that kind of takes a lot of skill out of the fight, and it's more of like luck in positioning and your teammates rather than you actually feeling like you're being rewarded for flying your plane properly. Because when someone hops on your 6 within 1 kilometer and has an SRM launched, there's nothing you can do. Unless you have flares, you can flare it away obviously, but at this battle rating that's not going to happen. At the same time, people in MiG-21s and F-4Es, once they launch a missile from your 6, there's nothing you can do either. And I just don't think that dynamic makes for the best gameplay in jets. Right here is when the MiG-21 starts turn fighting me. You saw that I took him into a vertical to bleed his speed, and that's why I'm actually winning this turn fight. You'll see I'm starting to actually come around on the 6 of this MiG-21, and he can't keep up with me. That's because the MiG-21 is a delta wing, and that means that at low speeds it does not like doing a sustained rate fight like that. It'll start to really struggle, and you'll start to come around on him. So don't turn fight a MiG-21 on high speeds because delta wings will turn inside you all day at high speeds. But if you can bleed his energy like I did there and then start your rate fight, you're actually going to be able to outturn him, and hopefully your teammates will come help you. Not that I really needed any team help there, but since there were teammates, the MiG-21 lost interest in me and he realized he was losing the fight. I was able to pull up and get my second or third gun kill of the game. I think it was my third gun kill, giving me 7 kills on the match. So this was a pretty fun game to play, and I think there were some pretty solid learning moments in it. So I hope you guys picked up a little something from this video. Overall, I think the Hunter F6 is a very capable plane. I would like to see a different dynamic between SRMs and flares and all that stuff like I was talking about earlier. I don't think the SRM really belongs anywhere but 10.7, where at least half the planes have flares. But I guess only time will tell what Gaijin has planned for the SRM, the Harrier, and the Hunter and all that crap. So real quick before I close the video, thank you guys so much for 100 subscribers. I never thought I'd even get to 100 subscribers. As small as that number may seem to a lot of you, it's pretty big for me. I never thought my content was that interesting to where anyone would even want to subscribe and stick around to watch more. So thank you guys so much. It really does mean a lot, and I hope I can keep making entertaining videos. So on that note, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you learned something from the video, and I hope I'll see you on the next one. See ya.